Telupu Gadi. This food truck opens only for 3 hours each morning. They do a range of traditional South Indian vegetarian tiffin, but one of the most popular items to taste here is a set masala dosa. After the morning walk here in Kukrali Lake, it is almost customary for people to come here and taste some of that dosa. Ladled on the sizzling hot tawa in a set of 2, the dosa is roasted, smeared with a spicy red chutney, topped with a dollop of potato palya, and allowed to sizzle to a deep golden brown. It is served in a set of 2. That's a dosa that's very, very pliable, very soft, tears away quite easily. It's got the butter and a bit of the oil, but it's just enough to cook the dosa. Next with some of the gatti chutney. That's a delicious dosa. European-style bakeries are the rage in Mysuru, and one of the earliest to introduce this genre of bread making and patisserie was Dina Weber. She set up a small baking operation in an apartment in 2020, and since then Sapa has found a larger home in an old world garden bungalow. This pretzel, I like that slight tug that you have when you first bite into it. It's nice and rich and buttery, and there's a little smear of the chocolate at the bottom.
It's a banoffee donut, milk chocolate and caramel ganache.
I think the ripeness of the banana right away, and then that bittersweet of the caramel. Chorizo and prawn and goat cheese bhaji chilli. You could be anywhere in Goa tasting something like this. Got the saltiness of the cheese, and the pepper's also got a nice fleshy, moist sort of a crunch.
Pulled pork ciabatta, our most loved savory dish.
This is like something I didn't expect to find here. This Andhra restaurant, located in Mysuru's Gandhi Square, has been a constant fixture on the city's dining scene. What I love about this biryani is that you can just enjoy the rice. The rice has all the flavor that you need. Curious to taste what this chicken 64 is like. Quite crispy, quite crunchy. I think next for some of that mutton fry. I'm tasting the flavor of the hard spices in this. Let's now taste that chili chicken. Not very spicy. How many vessels of this biryani do you make?
For lunch and dinner, it will be around 20-24 vessels. 10 kilos of meat and 7.5 kgs of rice.
That piece of meat pulls away like tuppa. You don't need teeth actually, it's as soft as that. Just my lips are enough. I think the spinach has a fair bit of weight. I prefer the spinach to the chicken dumpling. Well, that's not for Shri, but she's just holding it for me. The rice has a certain sweetness to it. The flavor reminds me of that of a char siu bao. That rice inside is starchy, a bit chewy, a bit stretchy. That enoki mushroom, there's a certain sweetness.
It's so good to see you, Kripal.
So Mark is going to introduce me to the food of this land. You know, this reminds me of a South Indian curry.
When you start tasting the flavors, you'll notice a lot of cross similarities. All right. I eat this almost every day. My mother-in-law cooks it. These mushrooms taste like meat, actually. You know it's going to be a flavor overdose.
This is the high point of my culinary experience in Thailand, in Phuket. The chili in that is now ringing in my ear. This is a new sensation for me. As you can see, my voice has changed, and that chili is ringing here.
One one of those restaurants that's historical and preserving traditional recipes. It's one of the most well-known restaurants also in Phuket.
I'm so happy. So you guys can enjoy your meal.
Man, that's got all the mushrooms that they have in Thailand, I think.
These are noodles, vermicelli noodles, made into a little bundle like that, and that's to be eaten specifically with the crab curry, with the wild beetle leaves.
This is like a pork belly, yo.
The full slab of pork belly, yes. A little bit of that sauce. Oh man. Yeah. Kripal, we gotta try that.
That fat
Yeah, that fat.
is like a silken mousse. I would associate this with like a very simple stew in Kerala.
Something that everybody could eat as well.
Yeah, just the coconut milk and maybe a little bit of flavor that comes from a chili, a little bit of the garlic. The wood-fired dosa tradition that began over 85 years ago at Vinayaka Mailari in Nazarabad. I still vividly remember the fragile bite of this Vinayaka Mailari dosa. It's so nice to see Mrs. Usha Rani making the dosas herself, and that is the batter, the secret recipe. Ladles of tuppa. Well, I've been dreaming of this dosa for a very long time. This is a dosa that has just a touch of the sagu inside. And then, of course, there's the dollop of the benne. I want to make sure I smear it all over. That's a dosa that barely needs any effort to break through. I love that whisper of a soft crunch that you taste in that dosa. That sagu reveals itself from within that dosa. The sagu too quickly finds its way down your throat. My favorite bits are also the crunchy ends of that dosa. So good. Located in the Green Hotel, formerly the Chittaranjan Princess Palace, the Malgudi coffee shop is truly a relic from an era long gone. Sitting in a quaint courtyard, this is also an initiative that seeks to empower women. The women bake the treats on offer and also brew the coffee.
What makes this place special is the fact that it's one of Mysore's oldest places. So I think it's kind of like nostalgia,
The lemon drizzle. There's a nice tartness to that cake. Good coffee. That is decadence, huh? Banana and walnut.
It also has a bit of dates.
That is my favorite.
I have this most of the times when I come.
Yeah. It was time to taste something local. A sweet that drew its name from Mysuru and in turn has served as an ambassador of the city since it was first made in the royal kitchens here. Whilst you get plenty of Mysore pak everywhere, it is special to taste the Mysore pak at its source. Kakasura Madappa was employed as a cook in the palace, and he happened to make a mithai using gram flour, ghee and sugar. And Maharaja Krishnaraja Vadiyar IV named it the Mysore Pak. Oh, there's also a bunch of other Mysore Pak now. Huh? So this is the Badam Mysore Pak, Katum Kutum Mysore Pak, the Vanaspati one. Tuppa the Mysore Pak. Long time ago when I was a kid, that time my grandfather would bring a Mysore Pak. And that's the sort of bite that it had. I think in those days, a ghee Mysore Pak wasn't there. This I'm quite curious to taste.
I think that's probably my new favorite. It's not as sweet as the others, and I can actually taste the almond in it.
Yeah. Our penultimate stop for the evening was a street food spot in Mysuru that celebrates another humble ingredient, the cauliflower. And the person who has transformed this everyday ingredient into a superstar of a dish is Zainul Abedin. He procures only the finest snow white cauliflower. The florets are then washed thoroughly and mixed in a gram flour red chili powder paste and secret spice blend, and then cooked slowly in a pail of good quality oil. He masterfully controls the heat, keeping it low when the cauliflower is placed and cranking it up gradually as the cauliflower cooks. So I see people from different walks of life coming here and enjoying the gobi. Busy gobi. What's amazing is the manner in which that masala has coated every bit of that floret. You'll see even traces of that masala holding on to that stem. Navi Luna, a cafe that began elsewhere as a chocolate factory in 2012, introducing Mysuru to single origin chocolates made from cacao beans grown in India. This space hosts a chocolate studio, cafe, and also serves as a stage for evening soirees and lazy brunches.
So we have a bespoke collection of bonbons, tamarind, chamomile and black pepper jelly.
I'm tasting first the tamarind. The pepper at the very end.
Muskmelon.
I'm really tasting the summery fruitiness of the muskmelon. What is that on top of that?
Nanjangud Raspale, Yeleki and Karu.
Sweet and sour character, that's what I'm tasting.
Yeah. So we still use the traditional slabbing method of tempering.
It's almost therapeutic to watch the chocolate being tempered and then poured into molds. If you're a chocolate lover, Navi Luna has to be on your list.
So we actually make a custom barista chocolate specifically for drinking applications.
Mysuru is seeing a renaissance of coffee shops that are incredibly serious about their coffee. And one of the earliest places I'm told is Minimal Coffee Roasters in Gokulam. How serious are they about their coffee, you ask? Well, coffee is the only item on the menu, barring a cookie or two. Nothing like the smell of coffee when you walk into a coffee shop. I can see you've got coffee in every shape, form and brew.
You can try our flat white. If you are black coffee lover, you can try our V60.
Very good coffee. This is the sort of coffee that stirs you awake. Very chocolatey, very nutty in its notes. What I like about this coffee is that it's very light. This is like a sipping coffee. Today we are on our way to meet a family doing their best to overcome financial hardships by feeding Bengaluru a simple but delicious snack. I've heard about you and your mom-made vada paos.
I'm an architect. We had some financial issue also.
And that's how you began this. Spicy.
If you visit our house, my mom will make fresh vada pav and serve you.
So we've arrived at a place called Rayasandra here.
ಇವರಿಬ್ರು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ನೀನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತಂತ ಇದ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಮಂದಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಲೈಕ್ ಆಯಿತು ಝೊಮ್ಯಾಟೊ ಸ್ವಿಗ್ಗಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು
So Mrs. Hema has recommended that I should try the masala vada pav. What I'm curious to taste is how that batata vada and all that assemblage within is going to marry with that pav. This is truly special. So you are engineers.
Yes, we want to do something for ourselves.
So how many dosas do you do every day?
Weekday around 800.
800 dosas. Weekend? 1500 dosas. I love the manner in which that mix of the tuppa and the oil is sizzling away very gently now on that dosa. That's an idli that's fairly soft. Quite literally dissolves in your mouth. That dosa is biscuity in its crunch, chow chow bath and the shavige bath. I love the flavor of the braised onion, khara bath that's made with the bansi rava. I'm tasting loads of the flavor that comes from the sapsige soppu. Sakare kammi, solpa strong irli.
21 ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯಿತು ಜೂನಲ್ಲಿ.
ಇದು ನಮ್ದು ಮಟನ್ ಪಲಾವ್.
ಹಾಂ ಸರ್. 1 ಇಯರ್ ಮನೆ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. ಸಂಡೇ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ. ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ರಿವ್ಯೂಸ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಹೋಟೆಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು.
I'm also enjoying the toasty flavor of the curry leaf in this pepper fry. Amravati chicken. It's almost a bit Sino-Indian in its appeal. And now for the dish that gives this place its name, 64 mutton palav. Somewhere I'm tasting the fattiness that comes from the koppu. The meat is nice and pink. Quite tender to the bite. Also get some of that mutton fry. I was expecting the flavors to be a lot more vivacious. Another spoon of that palav rice. I also like the feel of eating of this leaf.
We did not want to be a conventional khanavadi.
Her and my mother-in-law, they do most of the recipe works.
Kumbalakayi and tondekayi sambar. Idu rasam, hesarkalu palya. Beans curry ide, badnekayi ennegayi.
We can spot some zunka here, huh?
Our signature dish, it is vadakal chitrana.
So how many jolada roti do you cook in a day?
Up to 700, 800 a day, sir.
Byadgi mirchi bhaji. I like the toasty flavor of the shenga pudi, the zunka. That zunka is my favorite here. Mente soppu the pachadi. Badnekai curry. Onkal chitrana. Anna sambar. Drown the rice in that saru. Go for some of that holige. This is perhaps Bengaluru's smallest pizzeria.
Yeah.
So how big is this place?
320 square feet.
320 square feet. So I've got two pizzas here. I've got a vegetarian and also a non-vegetarian. In the vegetarian, well, if you're doing a Neapolitan style of pizza, you have to do the margherita. So that's what we have. We have 1/3 margherita. We have 1/3 which is a devil's delight. Going by the name, you know it's going to be a spicy pizza. I can see the jalapeno. There's some green chili as well for that desi tadka. And then we have a mushroom, a funky fungi pizza as well. And on the non-vegetarian side, well, we have two versions of chicken. So one is a pesto chicken and then there's a tropical polo. What makes it tropical? Well, there's compote of pineapple that's been smeared on that pizza. And then we have a seafood pizza with the prawn and the squid. Enough said, let's get to the pizzas. Oh, I love that crusty crackle. There we're going to meet a gentleman who traces his provenance to Maddur, began with the Maddur Vade in Maddur, but has made Kengeri home for the style of Maddur Vade that he makes.
Train ನಾನು 20 years ವೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಬಕೆಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮದ್ದೂರಿಂದ ಕೆಂಗೇರಿ ಬಂದು ಕೆಂಗೇರಿಯಿಂದ ಮದ್ದೂರ್ಗಂಟ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದೋ.
Oh, we can hear the honking of the train there, and that's the train on which Chandru would vend the vades. Oh, I like the manner in which he's taking 4 of the vade and dropping it into the oil. One technique is nimdu, huh?
Practice ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
It's almost like he's spinning a ball. Huh?
ಬಟ್ ಆ ವಡೆಗೋಸ್ಕರ 1.5 hour ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನನಗೆ ಒಂಥರ ಎಮೋಷನ್ ಸರ್. ಐ ಗಾಟ್ ಎಮೋಷನ್ ಸರ್ ದಟ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್.
Good. So it's your work.
Yes sir.
It is your work.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ they identify me sir.
21 years of work.
Yes sir.
We don't realize it when we relish that vade. We relish it in a few minutes. But here is a person who's poured his heart, his soul, his blood, his sweat and tears into making that vade.
Sir, cashew, badame, chilli, karibevu.
Fantastic. ಇದು ವಡೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲೆ ರೆಸಿಪಿ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ನಿಂದು. ಏನೇನು ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳು ಹೋಗಿದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದು ವಡೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದೆ. Very first bite I got the godambi in that. Make a beginning with the silver fish. Bit of the crunch of that batter and then you very quickly sink into the fish. Some of that ghee roast. Definitely tasting the flavor of the tuppa. I think next we should go for some of that pomfret. So that masala also has some curry leaf that's encrusted on the skin of that pomfret. Oh, that's a kadak tawa fry. The fish is white, pristine white. That is delicious. Time now to taste another special out here. Bangude tawa fry, nice and thick. That masala is delicious. With a good balance of the heat, with some of the depth of flavor that comes from the other ingredients. Some of that crab sukka. This is the sort of crab that makes for a great bite. Silver poli munchi. Very nice. Boiled rice. That is kadak. ರೈತರು ಇಲ್ಲದ್ರೆ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ದು ಅವರೆಕಾಯಿ.
ಸೊಗಡು ಅವರೆಕಾಯಿ.
ಅದರ ಪರಿಮಳ
ಅದು ಸೊಗಡು
ಬರೀ ಮಾಗಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕುದು.
ಹೌದು.
ಸೊ ಈಗ ಇವ್ರು ಕೀಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಇದನ್ನ ಕಿತ್ತು ಮತ್ತೆಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಬಿಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಿಡಿಸಿ ಹಿತಕ್ತಾರೆ.
ಸೊ ದಿವಸಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹಿತಕ್ತೀರಾ?
Everything is like a flurry of activity there. From the time that she gets the bean into her hand, she just kind of splits it open with a nail, and before you know it, she's extracted the pods out of the bean.
ಕರ್ದಿರೋ ಕಾಳಂತ.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಎಣ್ಣೆ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಅವರೆಕಾಳು ಸಾಂಬಾರು, ಅವರೆಕಾಳು ಚಿತ್ರಾನ್ನ, ಇದು ಅವರೆಕಾಳು ಉಸ್ಲಿ.
There's a little pond of the tuppa on that ragi mudde. One ingredient, the avre bele, and the versatility of the ingredient that can be used in so many preparations, Allah. If you'd like to support the work that we do at Food Lovers TV, do consider joining our membership community on YouTube by hitting the join button below or on the home page, and receive special privileges like behind the scenes footage, shoot updates, access to live Q&As, and a lot more. You could support us on our Patreon page as well. For more info, check out the links in the description below. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment below. Happy eating!